funniest way your grandparent accidentally became famous? I never expected my grandpa to become internet famous. Honestly, I was just trying to help him. For his 82nd birthday, I bought him his very first smartphone. Nothing fancy. Just something he could use to order things online, video call the family, and stop asking me how to rewind Google. For an entire afternoon, I taught him how to shop online, how to search, how to pay, how to leave reviews. At least, I thought I taught him. About a week later, my cousin texted me. Dude, is this your grandpa? She sent me a screenshot. It was an online review with over 50,000 likes. The username looked familiar. Then I saw the profile picture. Yep, it was grandpa. Curious, I opened his account. I expected maybe 3 or 4 reviews. Instead, there were over 200. Apparently, grandpa believed every review box was a personal letter sent directly to the people who built the product. So instead of writing reviews, he was writing life updates. One frying pan received 5 stars. Dear pan makers, this pan cooked perfect pancakes. My neighbor Bob still burns toast. Please don't tell him I said that. People couldn't stop laughing. Another review was for a flashlight. Worked perfectly during last week's power outage. My cat was very suspicious of the light. I remained suspicious of the cat. That one somehow ended up on social media. Then came the review that made everything explode. Grandpa bought a pair of gardening gloves. Instead of talking about the gloves, he wrote, Dear Glove Company, tomatoes are doing well. My tomatoes listen better than my grandchildren. If you invent gloves that pull weeds by themselves, I'll buy 12. Within 2 days, it had over 1 million views. People started following his profile just to see what he'd write next. Every morning, there was a new adventure. Sometimes he reviewed a coffee mug. Sometimes he forgot to mention the product entirely. One review started with, the blender works fine, and somehow turned into a detailed story about how his neighbor Steve borrowed a ladder in 1997 and never returned it. Thousands of comments demanded an update about Steve. Even Steve's daughter somehow found the review and replied, My dad still has the ladder. Grandpa answered, I knew it. The internet absolutely lost its mind. Companies started noticing. One outdoor brand mailed him free camping gear. Grandpa thought they had mixed up the address, so he left another review. Dear camping people, you accidentally sent me expensive equipment. I forgive your mistake. The company replied publicly, No mistake, it's a gift. Grandpa answered, That's exactly what someone covering up a mistake would say. That response got even more likes than the original review. By then, people were making videos reading Grandpa's reviews in dramatic movie trailer voices. Someone even created a fan page called Letters to Random Companies. I finally drove to his house. I asked, Grandpa, do you know millions of people are reading everything you write? He looked up from his crossword puzzle. They are? Yes, he shrugged. I hope the lawn chair people enjoyed hearing about my cholesterol. I blinked. The lawn chair people? He handed me the phone. Sure enough, his latest review barely mentioned the chair. Instead, it included family gossip, his doctor's advice, complaints about squirrels stealing birdseed, and a reminder that my uncle still owed him $20 from the 1980s. I laughed so hard I could barely breathe. Then I tried deleting it. Too late. Screenshots had already spread everywhere. There was no undo button for the internet. A month later, Grandpa couldn't go anywhere without someone recognizing him. Teenagers asked for selfies. Employees at hardware stores greeted him by name. One cashier smiled and asked, Are you the ladder guy? Grandpa whispered to me, I've never trusted that, Steve. Then something even crazier happened. A cookware company offered to pay Grandpa to review their products. I explained what a sponsorship was. He looked confused. They're paying me to complain? Basically, he leaned back in his chair and smiled. I've been practicing that skill for over 60 years. Now every Saturday morning, Grandpa posts exactly one review. Sometimes it's about the product. Most of the time, it's about life. Last week, he gave a set of measuring cups 5 stars. His entire review was just one sentence. They measure flour perfectly, unlike my brother Carl, who still measures fish by exaggerating. The company pinned the review. And honestly, I'm starting to think they care more about Grandpa's stories than their own products.